Hey everybody, we got a pretty good one for y'all tonight. It's the Olde Park Hotel. It was built in 1886. It could have been older. They don't really have too much prior before that just because of the documents were destroyed in the 1900s. But I can tell y'all we got a pretty good one tonight. It's, we already had quite a bit of stuff and it's just daytime. We already did our walkthrough. We already experienced everything, and we already had quite a bit of content just from that alone. Me and Crystal behind the camera, she already got touched. We already heard voices, everything like that. So stick around. We got quite a bit of stuff.
Basically, you've read a lot of things. The building is different, many aspects. I'm sure when you were out front, when you first drove up, when you first get a look at the building, besides looking at pictures, it looks different. It doesn't look like your average building. It's because it is. It's very different. The building was built in 3 different transformations over time. And the reason why we call it circa 1886 Olde Park Hotel building is that it was 4 hotels. It was also 2 brothels. And it started off in the very, very beginning as a 2-story house. And we're actually standing right here in the 2-story house. So as you're walking around in here, you'll get the feel of the different transformations. But what's cool is this is one of the oldest parks here. And it goes from that wall to this wall, upstairs, and back to the back of the kitchen, where we're going to go in a second. That is the 2-story house. And we have pictures in the hall. As we walk in there, we'll show you what the house looked like. Now what's really cool about, I won't go into all the history because it's like really long, but it's really cool about the history that we dug up is right across the street. We're in Courthouse Square, and that is the courthouse as it looks now. We have old pictures of this house showing the courthouse back in the day, which when we go in the hall we'll show you. We do a lot of things with the Old Reynolds Jail, which is right across the street. That's about to turn 100 years old next year, which is pretty darn old.
1925.
But we have a picture of this house sitting here, which was taken from an angle looking back this way back in the day. That building isn't even there.
Okay.
And the old jail, before that jail, is part of the other building. And it used to stand 3 stories, and they took off the top 2 stories of that building, and the hanging gallows used to be at the top of that jail.
Is that the one that's bricked in? Because we noticed that was something bricked in.
Yeah. And basically, it's really interesting when you think about history, when you think of how old these places really are. Because like I said, that jail is almost 100 years old, and it's not even in the picture. It wasn't built till 1925, which was a long time ago. But this house has stood here a long time. What happened basically with the history of Ballinger is in June 29th of 1886, right here across the street in that lot, it said that there were 3,000 to 6,000 people standing out there that day doing a huge auction. And they were creating Ballinger basically overnight. And what happened was, there was a little settlement here called Hutchins, Hutchings. This highway out here is called Hutchins, the old settlement. So what happened is the Gulf, Colorado and Santa Fe Railroad Company was branching up here from Galveston, Texas, south of Houston, coming up diagonally all the way across Texas, going all the way to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, everyone that was planned to be in this diagonal railroad track coming across, which was a railroad company, it's just like a highway, you want their business, you know, if they're going to come through. Everybody was vying for it, and they were hoping they would get it. Well, there was another settlement here, which was actually the county seat north of us, probably about 15, 20 miles that way, called Old Reynolds City. And that's where the county seat and the courthouse used to sit before they moved it here. What happened was the railroad went there first. They talked to them because they were the county seat. They were having these discussions around 1886, 1885. They thought they had it in the bag. the people didn't try hard enough. The railroad was like, you know what, we're going to go down here to this little settlement which sits on the Colorado River, which is right over here.
Right up the road, yes, sir.
And they like water. You know, that's the type of things they look for. They're like, we're going to make something out of this. So they advertised and they advertised and they advertised in all these old newspapers that huge auction. And that's why everybody was standing out here.
Yeah, right here.
Well, they created it, and everything just got booming, and they were going to turn this little town into what they refer to as the next Dallas in West Texas.
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to do. And this little town, like, just jumped. I mean, there were a lot more people here than there are now. It's only 3,000 people now, but it was hustling and bustling.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a lot of things. We have a lot of pictures I'll show you, which shows how busy it was. Well, Old Roanoke City, since they lost out on this auction and Ballinger being created, the railroad company went up there and said, you know, everyone that was living there, they said, we'll help you move everything here for free, or to give you lots for free. So guess what they did? They moved everything.
Everything, yeah.
The other half of our building, which is from this wall, going that way, and we'll walk in there in a second, going upstairs and going back to the green curtain when we walk in there, is part of a building that came from Old Roanoke City.
Oh, okay.
And it was added to this house.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we use circa 1886, because we don't know how old this building really is.
So basically, because it's pieced together and all these. Oh, okay.
And another thing, they had a huge flood in 1905 from the Colorado River. And the flood came up here. This was one of the few buildings that survived.
Yes, sir.
The flood water. So all these buildings behind us were all taken out.
Yeah.
They kept the records in the basement of the courthouse.
So they got
That's
destroyed.
Like one of the worst places you could have records.
And they got destroyed. Yeah, for sure.
So things got destroyed. So the courthouse, when they went back and they redid everything, they started every darn house in Ballinger at 1900.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You see what we're getting at?
Yes, sir.
It's like all these old houses are much older, but if you look at the deed records, they just say 1900.
Yeah, and just deadline. Okay,
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
We know it's old, though. We know it's been here a long time. And the concrete part, that when we go back there, that was added in 1900.
Oh, okay.
And the whole thing put together is what makes our 10,000 square feet
Yes, sir.
that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Let's walk in here real fast.
That's cool. Loved. Yeah, I'm a big history buff too,
This is
so.
like our memories room,
Have this couch.
hangout room, whatever you want to call it. But we have pictures from everybody that have been given to us. Got Jason Halls, Ghost Hunters, got Nick up here. Got John Zaffis has been here. John's aunt and uncle are Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Johnny's been here. And one of the weirdest things Johnny said when he walked through our door, he stood at the front door, just like the way you guys came in. He just kept standing there. And after a while, I was like, Johnny, are you okay? First thing he said, very first sentence, you have layers and layers of paranormal here. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Then he kept standing there. The second sentence he said was, you have missing person cases in this building.
That's
So I was just like, oh.
that's wicked, especially what, just like I guess with the spirits and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
we have many mysteries here
Yeah.
that we're still uncovering from the history, and we think there were a lot of murders, various things that happened to women.
Oh yeah, especially
But
these
when you have
old.
somebody saying missing person case, they're like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, I kind of. Yeah. I got you.
Let me
Okay.
explain this real fast. This is actually upstairs, and we call it the box. And it is a hybrid paranormal isolation experiment between Gansfield, which uses special goggles, and also Estes method.
Okay.
Well, the difference with the Estes method is you use special Estes method cards. And what happens is one person sits up there all by themselves, and you'll see where it is and how dark it really is in there, because that's all infrared. Everyone else sits down here and watches. And what you do is you draw the cards one at a time and show them to that camera The catch is the person sitting there has headphones on with the dual spirit box going.
Yeah.
And they have the cards, which they have no clue what is on the card, what is the question. And they're supposed to say everything they hear and everything they feel. And some people go through the whole session without any issues.
Yes, sir.
Other people are tearing out our front door. I had a lady, I want to say a little over a month ago, terrified, just wouldn't come back.
We might have to. We
She
may
stood
have to
out
do
like
that.
Her husband holding her, and she was like, "I'm not going back in there."
Yeah, we may have to go
She
get
was
some
like
headphones.
that.
I forgot my
And you
headphones.
in her words, she was like, I heard the deepest, scariest voice I've ever heard come through the
Okay.
headphones.
I'm definitely gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to walk across the street and buy some
So
headphones.
it's a really crazy experience. And like I said, it's one of the reasons why everybody comes back.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of return groups. They just want to get more.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just constant. Every experience is different every single
Exactly.
time. I don't know what to expect.
No, especially like I said, I've heard about a lot of the stuff that's, especially that you said that's kind of newer that's been happening and stuff.
Yeah,
And
Ghost Spreaders have been here twice.
yeah,
Ray Chasers have been here. I mean, everyone's a lot of people.
yeah.
And of course, people have been sharing their shirts and
That's awesome.
Whatever they can.
That's cool.
This is our kitchen,
Okay.
and y'all are free to bring in any food, whatever you want to bring in.
Okay.
Whatever you need to.
Yes, sir.
The one thing I do tell everybody, because everyone always asks, if you get cold, you can turn that off too. First thing everybody always asks is where are all the hot spots in the building? Paranormal. I'm like, the whole building.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? And they're like, it can happen anywhere. I've had things happen to people in here. I've had people sometimes go in there because they can't handle the bedrooms, so they sleep on the couch. I've had people yanked off the couch before in that room. You know, grown men like bigger than me, like from the military, being yanked off the couch because they were already nervous about sleeping upstairs. That kind of stuff.
I kind of sleep in it.
So you don't really know, and you're going to feel the building as it changes because it does morph in our sense. We think portals
The
opening up.
thickness.
Yeah. Well.
We think a portal opens up around 7:30
Okay.
in here, and my wife kind of came up with that theory because that's when all the really strange stuff starts happening.
For sure.
Well, we started thinking about it. We started thinking, okay, this had 2 brothels in it. The first one was back in the 1890s. When do brothels start operating?
Yeah.
When the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So it's like
I was gonna say that
almost like
sounds.
they're all coming in.
It comes in at that time.
and they're
No. Yeah.
starting all their stuff.
Yeah. For sure. Yes, sir.
And it goes that direction.
I've always been a believer. I feel like if a place is haunted,
Yeah.
it's gonna be haunted no matter where you're at. So.
This is like our museum area, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, this is cool.
History area. One thing that's
Can we
really
just
cool that I
go
want to
open?
point out.
Close it.
About a year ago, we came up with a self-guided QR code history tour.
Oh, I'm sorry. Man.
The reason why we came up with that, there's a lot of really cool videos linked to all these. A lot of good information. So people can come back
Yeah.
while they're investigating. In other words, if you get evidence, you get things happening, or you're like, what was that name that he said before? You can come back and look at the video again.
Oh, okay. So you can
and
link it
starts
together.
popping in.
Yeah, piece in the puzzle.
Now I'm going to tell you something really cool about Bonnie and Clyde. We have a Bonnie and Clyde story, Bonnie and Clyde history. First of all, Bonnie, we always hear when you talk about Bonnie and Clyde, all you ever hear about them is their story starting in Dallas,
Yep.
where they met. Well, there's a story before that. Bonnie is from this area.
Oh, is she? I
And
didn't
she
even
was
know
born
that.
8 miles that way,
Oh, okay.
Marina, Texas, which is on the way to St. Angelo. It's
Yeah.
just a little town. When she was 4 years old, her father was working either in Ballinger or Rowena. He got killed while he was working. The mother, Emma Krause, Bonnie's mother, her family is from here. So
okay.
her family is like, started
Yeah.
here. So her mother was here first from the 1800s, and then of course Bonnie was born in 1910, I believe. And at 4 years old, the mother plunked her up and went to Dallas, and then Bonnie picks up. Well, anyway, when we bought this building, we didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Just like I'm telling you right now, that's the way we were. Well, we used to leave our front door open with the screen door, because back then it wasn't busy the way it is. Well, one day, a nearly 100-year-old man, this was like 8 years ago, we hear a screen door open, nearly 100-year-old man walks into our lobby. We're behind the desk, and I'm kind of looking at my wife like, oh, I hope he doesn't fall down. You know, he was just really old. Well, he comes in and he's just like all bent over, and he walks in our lobby and he straightens up like right in front of us. And right in front of us, he starts getting young and perky and energetic, and he starts pointing around our lobby and he goes, that looks the way it did when I was here. He goes, oh, and that hasn't changed. He's like, that looks the same. And we're just like, you used to work here?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, as a boy. And we said, we're like, what did you do? He goes, I worked for Mr. Keel. Mr. Keel bought the building in 1922. And it was in their family for 5 generations. So he worked for Mr. Keel. So anyway, he's going on, and we're just listening to him. We're not leading him, nothing. We're just listening to everything he has to say. And all of a sudden, in his talk, he spins around and points out the front door, and he goes, one of the best memories I ever had was shaking Bonnie and Clyde's hand right outside this door. And we're like, you shook Bonnie and Clyde's hand? He's like, yeah. He goes, they stayed here all the time. And we're like, what? He goes, yeah, they were here all the time. He goes, this time I really had a chance to talk to them. Well, another thing he said right after that, he goes, do you have the old hotel books? And we're like, what? He's like, do you have the old hotel books? The ones that guests signed? We're like, no, the owner didn't give them to us. He's like, well, they used to sign the books all the time in here, every time they stayed here.
That would be cool to have, especially, that would be.
Now, we have a Bonnie and Clyde theme room upstairs. But the one room that psychics are telling us, and we'll go up there in a bit, is there's a pink room up here on the corner right. Psychics are saying that was the room Bonnie liked to be in.
Okay.
And when you run EVPs in that room, guess who you get coming back?
Yeah, Bonnie, because the residual, you just got to have residual.
A lot of cool history.
Yeah, that is.
Now here's another cool thing. This is an old pipe from Mr. Keel. These are also old pipes that belong to him that were given to us. We don't allow smoking in the building for several reasons. We always tell people if you have smoke, you can go on the balcony or outside. The only fire that's allowed is candles can be lit in the seance room back here, but it's the only 2 areas in the building because fire doesn't go together.
Yeah, for sure.
But what's cool about that is the fact that we allow that is you will pick up on scents of pipes, and you will pick up on scents of cigars, and you will pick up on scents of very strong women's perfumes from the old days.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, right when my wife, we were here yesterday, I went upstairs by myself. I walked straight into one of those perfume scents, and it just, it wasn't there like 5 minutes.
Especially, okay.
It was just all around me.
That's cool.
Something really cool about our outlaws. We have very cool outlaw history here. Emmanuel Manning Clemens, in 1887, he was in a huge gang with Johnny Ringo, Sam Bass, huge gang, also John Wesley Hardin. John Wesley Hardin was his cousin. They were cousins. While they were in jail in Central Texas, they got to know Sam Bass really well.
Okay.
They were all in jail basically together. Well, they broke out. These 2 broke out. He eventually got out. They formed a gang up here. Sam Bass did more stuff in Abilene than down here. But Manny, they did a lot of stuff, including killing people. And Manny eventually buys a ranch an hour south of here and starts raising cattle. Well, as he was raising cattle, his cattle herd kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And people were like, where are you getting all these cows? Well, he was stealing them. Which back in the day, rustling was like a really bad thing.
Hungry, for sure.
Kill you. It's like taking somebody's money.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, everybody hated him. He was suspected of killing a lot of people. In 1887, right when Ballinger gets formed, he decides to run for sheriff. It's one of the worst.
Oh, okay, right,
It's
yeah.
one of the worst elections. They're just in his face, left and right. He ends up losing the election. The sheriff that beat him, who was Sheriff Formwalt, Sheriff Formwalt gets together with a Marshal Townsend, Joseph Townsend, and they go next door into what used to be the Senate Saloon, and they accost Manny, who's standing by the bar.
Yeah.
He's just drinking. He lost the election. And they get into words. And he knows it's going south, so he draws for his pistol. They shoot him first. Townsend shoots him, hits him in the left eye, and kills him on the spot. So he's dead.
And that's in the building next door? Okay.
Used to be the
Yeah,
Senate
they're right.
Saloon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There were 13 saloons in this town, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
Now, Townsend is what really gets interesting. Townsend is the one who killed him. Townsend, a month later, is riding into Ballinger, just like he always did on one of the trails, coming on horseback. Sun's going down. Mysteriously gets blown off of horseback by a double-barrel shotgun. Here's where Jim Deacon Miller comes into the picture. Deacon is his son-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Deacon's story, Deacon, when he was 12 years old, was accused of killing his own grandparents with a shotgun. He got off in trial because he was a kid. Everybody's like, you couldn't possibly do that. At 14, he gets into an argument with a cousin. Doesn't like the way the argument goes. The cousin's taking a nap on the porch. He pulls out a shotgun and shoots his own cousin and kills him.
Sounds like the connection's pretty obvious. Yeah.
This time, everyone's like, oh, maybe we got that past one wrong.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he gets off on technicalities. Every time he goes to court, he gets off on some technicality. He starts going throughout Texas just being an assassin for hire.
With a shotgun?
With the double barrel shotgun.
That's
This isn't a double barrel, but that's to depict matching a double barrel. First of all, everybody suspected him for two reasons. A double barrel shotgun, if you've ever fired a double barrel. If you've ever fired a regular shotgun, it does a lot of damage. A double barrel does a whole lot of damage.
For sure.
It's not too hard to figure out. A double barrel was his signature weapon. That's all he ever killed people with. Townsend, when he's riding in on horseback, gets hit by that double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
It blows. It hits him so hard, the killer thought he killed him. Townsend survived, but it practically tore off this whole part of his body. And he had to have this arm taken off. Well, we have a newspaper article that's in that frame, which takes place several months after that shooting. The town used every excuse to shut down a saloon that they could use. Every time there was a knifing, a shooting, whatever, the town was like, now we can get rid of that saloon.
Yeah.
Well, Manny, when he got killed, that was a shooting.
Yeah.
They shut it down. They turned it into a grocery store.
Okay.
The article on that wall talks about Townsend. Well, I don't have a picture up here, unfortunately, of him. When he lost his arm, he had to retire from law enforcement because that was his shooting arm.
Yeah.
He didn't have an arm anymore. Had to have it amputated. He goes to work in a grocery store.
Okay.
He's in there working one night, closing up. It's dark. The article talks about out of the back, and you can read it. 2 shotgun blasts come flying.
Yeah.
The double tap.
They miss him.
Oh my goodness.
And right after that, Deacon leaves town. Now, Deacon went on to do a lot of stuff. You can read about him. You can Google him. He was, they called him the Psycho of the Old West. He's in here. He's in here. Manny's in here. Sometimes John Wesley Hardin's in here.
Yeah.
The thing about Deacon is when he's here, we don't think he's here all the time, but when he comes in, you can tell. He's very cocky. He always went to church every Sunday and he stood behind the pulpit. That's where he got his name, Deacon. Because
like
he
a
would
deacon.
give sermons in church. He would do all these things, look all proper. And this is how he never got, like, he would go to court for things.
Yeah.
You know, everyone would be like, oh, that man goes to church.
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
Sunday,
he was
he's
too
all
good,
dressed up.
yeah.
There's no possible way.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he left church, he would put on a different persona. His different persona was a big old black duster,
Yeah.
big old black hat. He carried the duster because his double barrel shotgun was up underneath it.
Yeah.
and he wore a steel plate under his shirt in his chest because people were gunning for him.
He was
got
ready
shot
at
many
all
times.
times.
He
Yeah.
got shot many times, but people would aim for center mass,
Yeah.
and they think, oh, we finally killed him. No, he'd survive because it would bounce off his iron.
Yeah, he was
iron
late.
chest.
Okay.
Deacon looked like this when he went to church.
Mm-hmm.
This is Deacon too.
I was going to ask. They
The
almost.
man that would come out of the alley at night, because that's when he did a lot of his shootings, that's the man that would be coming for you with those eyes.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's the creepier thing. This vial right here, Deacon's buried in Fort Worth. We didn't get this vial. Other people got it for us. This is from his grave.
I was going to ask if that's something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they gave it to us.
Yeah, that's cool. It brings the connection back. Yeah.
You'll know when he's
cool.
around. He's one of our cocky spirits, is what we call it. And he likes to mess with people.
Okay.
He has a deeper voice.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of other... I'm going to talk real fast about the Seacrest family. So obviously they're here. That kind of mixes in with our 30 spirits. The Keels are here too. That mixes in. The Seacrest family is the next ones that mix in. This is a picture of them when they were young. A lot of girls. This is their father, Washington Hampton Seacrest II. Washington Hampton Seacrest I, his father, was one of the first Texas Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Well, his father was doing all these things in Texas, early Texas, including was in the first group that brought in Santa Ana after the fall of the Alamo. So he was in the group that went arrested
Oh,
Santa
okay.
Ana.
Yeah, the Santa Ana. Yep.
Well, what they used to do back in the day, when you did deeds that you're rewarded for things, they didn't give you money. They gave you land.
Oh, okay.
And that's where a lot of people got their early Texas wealth.
Yeah,
because they were given huge ranches and different things which dissected over time. Well, we suspect that he built this house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We don't have the proof to totally say he did, but we suspect. When he got older, he went to his ranch in Nebraska. He turned it over to his daughters, who were right here. And that is the Seacrest sisters. Now, out of the Seacrest sisters, the three he turned it over to were Ellie, Octavia, Octi, and Elizabeth Kitty Seacrest. Kitty was her nickname. I don't know what that was.
That was a radio or something.
Yeah. But this was the oldest, who's in that picture, the oldest there. Second oldest, third oldest, and then the younger ones. Well, the younger ones we don't think are necessarily here, but these three are from time to time. The one that's here the most, and psychics say there's a woman that likes to follow me every time I'm leading a group. She'll be behind me right now, I don't know. But psychics, whenever they're in a group, they're like, there's a woman behind you, and she's dressed really prominent. Well, look at Octavia, how she's dressed here. Very regal. And people look at the picture and go, that's her.
Yeah.
And they say she likes to follow and just kind of watch. You know, and we also think she might be the madam, but we're not totally,
Yeah.
confirmed on that.
For sure.
But let's go back here real fast.
Yeah, watch.
I know you're filming and
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
going
Yeah.
here. This is actually called our Seacrest Sitting Room. We named it after the
Cool.
Seacrest family. A lot of old things in here. This is actually as old as the hotel that was donated to us several years ago. Came out of Arkansas, but that is as old as this place is.
That's cool.
And a lot of weird stuff happens in here. Of course, mannequin.
It has a weird vibe as it is. Yeah, that's cool.
Now, we have little Victrolas, but we don't allow them to be played anymore because people kind of messed around with them, but they're still here.
Uh-huh.
But this is a really cool room to do sessions in. What's really cool is we have a psychomantium. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah, we did. Black Swan Inn.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, several places have them. I got interested because, excuse me, psychomantium You would think it derived from paranormal times. It really didn't. It derived from the 60s, and it actually was a real research project by a real doctor.
Oh, okay.
And if you look it up, in the 60s, he did a research paper on psycho mirror type things through psychomania. And his research paper's about that thick.
Yeah.
And basically it deals with talking to the other side through mirrors.
I always have. I had a creepy vibe
People
with
have
these.
gotten really creepy things in our mirror when they take pictures, when they do various things. They get all sorts of faces and
Do my night vision camera in there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, bye.
And since it's just the two of you and me in here, we'll go back here.
Okay, cool.
Later, I'm going to disappear. It's just going to be the two of y'all walking through. So you know there's not going to be any contamination from
You don't stay?
anybody else in here.
Yeah.
I will be here. My room's up here.
okay.
Yeah.
But I'll be in my room unless you
Appreciate
need me. You'll be walking around this whole thing all by yourself,
Yeah.
doing your thing. You feel how cold it is in here?
It's freezing.
And what's the temperature outside
I
right
don't
now?
know.
It's like 75, 80 almost.
It's
Yeah.
always cold in here.
I love it. That's
It's always
perfect,
cold.
anyways.
This is our casket room.
Dude, I heard
We did
footsteps
not
back there.
bring a light.
I did.
I didn't bring a flashlight.
Here, I brought one for you.
This is a real casket.
Ooh.
It actually was used as a display in a funeral home. So there actually have been real bodies that have laid in this.
Is this new? Man, that's crazy.
And one of the craziest things you can do, I just got this locking key in just the other day. So
Oh,
now
okay.
This can be locked while you're inside it.
Oh, okay.
It's really crazy.
So we can get in
Get
it?
in, you gotta take your shoes off.
Yeah, take the shoes off. Okay.
No shoes inside, but you can get in.
And that's
And you can shut it, and you can lock it if you want.
okay.
Be careful.
Good, I'll leave.
I'm looking for it. It don't.
I will tell you, it's a trip.
Yeah.
It's quite an experience. Craziest thing is when you're in here by yourself back here, nobody else is. You'll think somebody from the group's coming.
Yeah.
Steps, and there's nobody here.
That's.
But you'll be inside. You'll be like, I hear somebody walking up, and there's nobody.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's a crazy experience.
That's something I want to try out for sure.
Yeah, we think a woman is attached to this casket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We think her name's Abigail.
Is she malevolent at all or no? Okay.
She just likes to talk.
Yeah, just talk.
She will
Okay.
come through and say things like, I died in my 30s. My death and that kind of thing.
I'm fine with that.
She likes to talk a lot, though. So if you get an Abigail or an Abby coming through, that's her.
Oh, okay.
And she's young. And she just likes to talk, you know.
Okay.
She's probably one of the
Yeah.
more talkative.
We're in our 30s, so that might actually help out a little bit. So, okay.
This is our Ouija table room.
There you go.
So, again, another crazy object. Crazy room to sit in while you're doing things. He was from past Halloweens. We decided to leave him. I actually did a poll on Facebook and asked everybody, do you want me to take him out? And I was like, no, leave him.
It goes perfect with the Ouija room. Yeah,
He's
no.
kinda watching you
Yeah,
while you're
he's
doing
just
things.
he's just chilling out. That's perfect.
Now this room is our seance room. Now the interesting thing about this room, matter of fact, we had a lot going down in here last night. When you put devices on this board, they go crazy. And there is a backside to this board. We had it made for us. Except we didn't know everything about it. It was made, it was sent to us, it looked nice. I was like, okay, gotta find a place to put it. Came in here and put it on the table one day, left it. It sat there for like, we weren't doing anything weird with it, nothing. About a month later, I'm coming in here with the group, and I happened to sit a bunch of paranormal equipment on there, a REM pod, something else. The REM pod just starts going nuts. The equipment starts going nuts.
Yeah.
Take the REM pod off, put it on the table, it would stop. Put it back on a Ouija board, it would go crazy again. So I was like, okay, there's something going on with this board. We started asking about the board, we're like, where'd this come from? You guys watch Death Files, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One of their most compelling cases from Death Files took place in Nebraska. in a house that tore a couple apart. A lot of malevolent, more or less, entity in the house that was just messing with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the entity would go by the name of David. David would always come through. We started asking about the board. We found out that somebody bought that house, started stripping the house down, started selling the wood, and guess where this wood came from?
Oh, wow.
Came from the house?
Came from the house.
Yeah, that's cool.
And guess what's coming through the board when you ask?
David, for sure.
Yeah, there's been crazy things happening. We've only had a few seances, official seances in them, and they've been conducted by Patty Negri, who is their resident psychic on Ghost Adventures.
Yep.
She's coming back in a few weeks to do the second seance. She did one last year. It was phenomenal in here, the stuff that happened when she did the first one. She is so authentic and so... I mean, you watch her on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I was about to say, she seems pretty cool, yeah, for sure, she does.
Very cool.
Genuine.
And, but it's almost like when we did the first seance, it's almost like something else opened up.
Yeah.
It's just strong in this room. This room is just powerful.
No, for
and
sure.
it's almost like it's a beacon now for all the spirits. They just all come. So when you're sitting here just doing, you don't have to be doing a seance. You just sit here. Like last night, we had all our equipment spread all around the room. She had a camera over there. There were only 4 of us. And for 25 minutes, not a darn thing was happening. Not one single piece of equipment went off. And then all of a sudden, 2 paralanterns, boom, red. All our K2s, red, and all this stuff just starts happening. In the midst of everything going on, they were talking, they were coming through. Her camera goes dead in the middle of everything. And she lost her battery just like that.
That's crazy.
And the room just got ice cold. It got so cold, I was sitting here, my knees under the table. We could feel like there was somebody under the table. We have kid spirits. They like to get under the table. That's what it felt like. And my knees were hurting. And normally I don't feel that. That intense. I was like uncomfortable. And she was getting the same sensations that I was. And her boys were sitting over here.
And this just happened last night?
Last night. And every single meter, which was spread all around this room, that didn't go off for 25 minutes, boom, everything just lit up like a Christmas tree.
That's crazy.
Have you ever seen K2s just go solid red and hold red?
No, not even at Yorktown. Yeah, no.
Went solid red and held it. The paralanterns solid red and held it. We're talking like for 2 or 3 minutes.
That's okay.
And you normally don't see that.
Yeah.
And you're free to examine this table. You're free to look under chairs.
Yeah, for sure.
I have no electronic devices in here. There's nothing that could be.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It's just a crazy room.
Yeah, no, you can feel it for sure.
When you do your thing in here, you'll see. It's pretty wild.
Cool.
Now back here, things happen all over the place. This won't point this room out. This is our old Halloween room. We used to do a haunted house, so I just want to let you know that is there, so you don't freak out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's also some of them upstairs in the back.
I'm not gonna lie. I would scream if I walked in.
I always have to tell people.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
In the dark can see that. This room right here used to be Mr. Keel's workshop.
Ooh.
And it looks very plain, but don't let that fool you. We haven't done a thing to this room in 8.5 years. This is the way it looked when we got it. For 2 reasons. We don't want to mess with it because he gets really upset. And he likes to throw things, he likes to bang on things. Sometimes you're in here doing something, you'll be going halfway down the hall and he'll chunk something, he'll bang on something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Another thing, when women are standing right here, like facing this way, he'll mess with your hair. At least we think it's him.
Yeah.
Else, but you get weird feelings in here, weird jives.
You feel weird in here yet? No, not yet? Okay.
Years ago we had 15 light bulbs sitting up here, which I had changed out light bulbs and I took all the old ones and I didn't throw them away, I just put them up here. Over time, like that first year, second year, he chunked every one of them to that corner and smashed them. You'd be walking down the hall, years.
And you hear a smash.
Yeah. This glass up under the basket, and we're just like, oh, he's doing it again.
Yeah, let's not make a mess.
He had Alzheimer's in the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have.
I think that kind of contributes to him.
Yeah.
Just, and the other thing is, we think that's his man cave back here.
Oh.
He had a lot of daughters. He had like 6 daughters and a wife.
It is deep.
So we're thinking that has something to do with the female.
Oh, shit, that scared me.
Oh, the other really cool thing is this floor, it's concrete. You can really hear the footsteps, the boots.
Oh, yeah, just.
You can also hear like shuffling. Yeah, like somebody walks kind of like this. You can hear that.
I'm pretty sure when we walked in, I could have sworn, unless it was an
And
echo,
what's
but I
funny
heard
is
it down
if
there.
You're doing a session in that seance later tonight. Like, I'm going to go to my room. It's just the 3 of us in here.
Yeah.
I won't come out unless you call for me.
Okay.
Unless I'm going to the kitchen or something.
Yeah,
I definitely won't come back here.
Yeah.
You'll hear it so evidently, you will think that I'm coming down the hallway.
Oh, wow.
And you'll do this double take. You'll be like, oh, Dan's coming, or groups happens to groups all the time.
I think I just got that. I'm pretty sure I just got it, and I saw it go across my camera. That's one reason something went right past you, behind you, and it was a little bit taller than you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I caught it.
I didn't mention that too. They like to watch, and every time somebody new comes in here, they're watching. All around.
I'm pretty sure I just caught that. I saw it on my camera at the bottom of my eye, and it looked like it shot right across behind you.
Yeah, it's the building. Like I said, is going to morph for you guys.
That's awesome.
As the whole day goes on, and you're just hanging out doing your thing.
Yeah.
You feel a lot of different things going on.
Watch out, babe. Watch out.
Now this is my room back here. So if you need to yell for me, you can yell.
Just knock
for
on.
me
Okay.
through there.
Yes, sir.
And I have another door that goes to my room that's back in here. You can go in this room, I don't mind.
Okay.
If you want
Okay.
somebody here, you can. Just don't go through that.
That one? Yes, sir.
That's my room back in there.
I got you.
But they call this the one-shot saloon, little area.
Oh, okay.
It
Cool.
goes with one shot with many. One shot one time.
Okay.
And then, of course, you got your old stairs.
Yes, sir.
Now, same thing up here. It's all wood. So when you're walking around, you're going to hear it.
Yeah, creaking around for sure.
Yeah.
No,
You
that's
can't
cool.
sneak up on somebody up there.
Yeah, no, not at all.
This is a brothel room.
Ooh,
A lot of apparition sightings in this room.
that's nice. I like it.
People wake up in the bed. The funny thing about our sightings in this room, and also all throughout the building, is that everybody in the paranormal always thinks 3 a.m. So everybody's ready for things to happen at 3 a.m. In here, it's more like 4 a.m.
Okay.
So it's after 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywhere from 3:30 to 4 to 5. And that's about the time you're getting into your relaxed state.
Yeah.
You're cranking out. That's when it happens.
Okay.
And people,
Yeah, it's
couples
cool.
have woken up, and there's women like standing right where you are, just staring at them.
So we need to put our night vision camera right there.
They come in 3 different forms in here. They can look just like you look just now, solid. They can look the transparent, where you see them, you can see the features, but you're seeing through them, and they also appear in shadow form. So we get them all.
Okay. So they
Shadow
don't.
figures, everybody has their opinions on them. I think that's just spirits that can't take full.
Yeah, it's full form and
You
yeah.
can see all their features. If wearing a cowboy hat, you can see the shape.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I agree.
So you got that room, and then you got this room, which is our circle round bed room. You guys can turn on the ACs if you need to. All these rooms have ACs.
This one gives me a creepy vibe. I don't know why, but
I don't think you're going to need the ACs, to be honest with you.
no, it's gonna be a little
And
bit
it'd be
cooler.
better to detect the
Yeah,
spots
yeah.
when they come around. Another apparition room. People in town a lot of times, that middle window to the left of the lampshade.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
People will see, people will drive by here, and everybody knows us, including the police. I'll tell you a really creepy police story in a second. Because everybody's been in here freaking out,
Yeah.
including the police. And that just goes with the notoriety of the whole building type thing. But people in town always see a young woman looking out that window, just sitting there.
Out on this balcony right here?
Looking through that window, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
And they'll just be driving by or walking by or parking to go to a restaurant. And most of those people don't know any better, so they think it's a real person.
Yeah.
And she's just gazing out the window.
And I saw earlier, didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
I saw somebody
She
looking
watches
out.
everybody that comes up.
I saw somebody looking out
Including
earlier.
when we bought the building, we felt like we were being watched the very first time we drove.
I saw somebody looking out earlier when we pulled
And they're
up.
always standing on our balcony too. They see men standing on their balcony and stuff.
Okay.
And they look real. So it's like if you don't know any different, you assume there's real people here.
Well, see, that's what I told her. Whenever we walked up, I was like, man, I could have sworn I saw somebody looking at me.
Dude, it doesn't catch like the breeze from outside. Like, I know it's windowed, but it's not like, you know.
Like with
the wind outside.
No, everything's sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, the building's sealed.
Yeah.
That's why we were had like the curtain off to the side moved and everyone came.
Well, I mean, there are going to be some breezes, but in here, that's all solid windows. Nothing's open.
Okay.
And we just had all that glass repaired.
Definitely.
We had huge hailstorms a little ways back, and that's the reason why this still needs to be repaired.
Okay.
Hailstorm took out that.
Yeah.
But it's sealed up. But we had all those windows replaced.
And we can go out there too, right? Later on?
Go out, yeah.
Okay, we can check it. Okay.
You can go anywhere. It's over your space, so you can go. You can approach the balcony from this room. Just be real careful you're going out because they've locked people on the balcony before.
Oh, okay.
I'm not making that up. They've locked people on their balcony.
Yeah,
So
okay.
You don't know what these spirits are going to do.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you can sit out there at the table if you want.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Like that. And you can approach it from the other side as well.
So these are basically just balconies for rooms and stuff. Okay, I got you. I told you.
Yeah, you have access to all this.
Okay, awesome.
You can do whatever you need to.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we got that room. We got the wildflower room. We got a really cool picture right here of Nick standing right here.
Oh yeah, that's one of our favorites too, is Nick
So
Ross.
he's
So,
like,
yeah, he's one of our favorites.
literally.
Yeah. That's cool.
He liked this room, and this room is really cool. One of the neatest things that happens here, I'll kind of demonstrate, is this door. You can be a witness. Pull on that handle a little bit and tell me, does that door open easily?
Oh no,
It doesn't,
yeah, you'd
right?
have to like.
Okay, so it's an old door. It's an old house. It's catching up here.
Yeah, it's right on that edge. Yeah.
That door would not just open. What happens sometimes with that door, while you're investigating or you might be in the next room, it bursts open all of a sudden. Sometimes it's swinging, and it freaks people out. As scary as that sounds, we have our kid spirits. We think they're playing hide and go seek, and like they're just bursting.
Yeah.
And that will get your attention.
We're gonna have to swap rooms throughout the night and just check them out. So.
And what's really cool is when you're in, you say this room, or you're in the next room with the doors closed, and you're doing your thing, but the doors are closed, you will hear what sounds like people in the next room. And you will also hear conversations. You will hear what sounds like 3-4 people whispering low, having these conversations. And what's creepy is you know that they're talking about you.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be talking about nobody else unless they're holding some past.
It's like they're having a meeting of the spirits.
Yeah.
Talking in the next room about you, that kind of thing.
This is cool.
This room is really interesting for several reasons. Remember I mentioned the 2-story house? Okay, we're in it. This is the outside wall. So back in the day, and I forgot to show you the picture of the house downstairs, but when we go down, I'll point it out to you. There was nothing past this wall at one point. This was all the house.
Oh, okay.
Well, those old stairs you just came up are pretty darn old.
Oh.
They're not the original stairs.
Oh.
The original stairs in the 2-story house used to come up from the presentation room that we were in, and you can actually look up on our wall and you can see where the stair treads used to go, where they used to attach.
Okay, yeah.
And it used to come right up through the floor, right here.
And you can almost tell, you can
your
see.
post.
Yeah, that's.
There's your post where it came up.
That's cool.
So even though this is a bedroom now, which has been modified, back in the day they would have come right up through here.
Okay.
Which, have you ever watched the Ghost Brothers shows?
Yeah, I have, yes.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Jawan, they've been here twice. The first time Jawan was here, we did a show called Fright Club with Jack Osborne and the Ghost Brothers.
Yeah.
We did 2 episodes. Well, the first episode, we were talking about this door, which slammed shut one day, like so hard it shook the whole upstairs of the building while I was painting that brothel room back here. And it scared the dickens out of me. And there was no wind, there was nothing. So I was just like, okay. And it shook the building like you won't believe. Well, anyway, we did that whole show talking about all this, talking about this room. But they weren't here physically. And when we got done filming this show, I told them, I went, guys, I said, this room's pretty creepy. I said, it's one thing doing the show when you're not here, when we're just talking about a video. It's another thing being here.
Yeah.
And I said, one of these days you're probably going to be here. Well, sure enough, when they came the first time to do an event, Jawan slept right here.
Yeah.
He didn't know this was the room. The next morning, 7 a.m., we got up early. Me and my wife were drinking coffee downstairs. We were the first ones up. We hear somebody get up really fast, come running down the stairs like 7 in the morning. He comes through the doorway, and it's Jawan. He's got this look on his face. He sits right on the couch right across from us and gives us this look. And I'm like, Jawan, are you all right? First words out of his mouth, my room's really haunted. And I looked back at him, I was like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
He was sleeping on this bed, and somebody grabbed his leg and pulled.
Oh. That, you would almost feel like you'd feel something coming up through a stairwell or something like that. An old stairwell. Yeah, it's walking through you almost.
You know, things get morphed over time, changed over time. You don't realize that at one time there was all this traffic coming right up through here.
Yeah.
Basically coming right through your bed.
Right through your bed, yeah. That's the first thing I thought about when you started telling that.
So when you think about it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
They're still doing their thing.
That's cool.
Okay, we'll go back there in a second.
Alrighty.
So you got Jenny's honeysuckle room, and this is Jenny.
Well, hi, Jenny.
Everyone that comes here knows about Jenny, because Jenny moves about 70% of the time by herself.
You're pretty, but you got
if you don't
scary eyes.
She also gets very lifelike looking.
Yeah, she does.
As the night comes on, she almost looks even more lifelike.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention to her positioning, her arms, just the way she is, it's only about 70% of the time. So you could have 10 visits, and only about 7 of them.
I was about to say, 7, yeah.
So
cool.
You don't know what she's going to do it next. Sometimes it's very evident. Sometimes she'll be doing your thing. She's looking over here, and all of a sudden
Dude, her head is like blaring into my soul.
So you just don't know.
Yeah.
Or her arms might be shifted, something like that.
Yeah, alright, we'll check you
There's a
later
woman
on.
that talks from this bathroom.
That's my biggest fear is bathrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You'll be
Bathrooms.
doing your thing, just laying on the bed. It seems all peaceful. And
Bathrooms.
sometimes you'll hear, hello, or something like that.
Bathrooms
She's
get
not
me.
evil. She's just, we get a lot of disembodied voices.
Yeah.
You'll just pick them up, and you'll be like, where'd that just come from? The thing about at night, especially tonight, you guys are here on a good night. Sundays, that place is going to shut down. My voice is like going. You always do this when I'm talking. Hold on. It's almost like they don't want me to talk.
Yeah.
This happened when I filmed Deathwalker. Same type of thing.
You alright?
It's my throat.
Yeah.
You see my eyes? My eyes are watering.
Yeah.
Hard to swallow.
No, they do this when we filmed Deathwalker. You did the same thing when I was walking Nick through. Same type of thing.
It's.
My voice was perfectly fine, and all of a sudden.
Well, you know what's crazy is that you're saying that my mouth has been getting dry ever since we got in this room. Look.
It's like the weirdest feeling. My eyes are watering right now. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, my mouth is I'm getting super dry.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, they're hitting me. That place will close down shortly, if they're not already closed. It will be like a ghost town in here. So if you hear disembodied voices tonight, there's nobody else.
Especially being on a Sunday night. Yeah, for sure.
It's so quiet.
Yeah.
So when you pick up on things, you're going to know.
Yeah.
Same thing with the footsteps.
Okay. Man, that's crazy.
They'll find out.
And that's
It's like that. It's like,
swear to you that I was thinking that my mouth was getting super dry.
This is our Oleander suite. You want to try an experiment real fast? With
Sure.
both of them?
Sure.
She needs to do it.
There, go for it. Go.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
You're all right. Go. Here, go.
Okay, what I want you to
I don't know
do,
what it does.
Here.
you stand here and he's going to film you. Don't read what's on that wall. What I want you to do, you put your drink
If
or
I
your moment.
if I get too scared, I won't say it all.
And this might
You're
happen,
good.
might not, but I do this with every woman that comes in here.
Go for
because
it.
of what happens in this room. I want you to stand up on that wall with your back up on that wall, right where that sign is.
Nothing's gonna close.
Don't read it though. Put your back on the wall. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to clear your mind, all your emotions, clear everything. Just relax. And I want you to tell us anything you feel that comes into you.
Go for it. Go for it.
Anything you feel. So on that wall.
You'll be fine. Don't
But
worry
you
about
need to
it.
put your back on that wall. And describe any weird thing, even if you don't feel anything, tell us, but close your eyes. Is your back on the wall?
If I was gonna touch my leg, I don't
What?
want to do it. If something's touching me, I already felt
Seriously?
weird. Seriously, I have like cold chills.
That's
I don't want to do
She runs. I
That's
tell you,
so
when she gets scared, she runs. Yeah.
2 seconds on the wall.
Yeah. You all right?
I don't want to be.
You don't want to be in there?
We call this our 50-50 room.
What is that?
50% of the people that are in here, there goes my voice again. Doing it again.
Oh shit.
50%, if I lose my
didn't
voice,
hear it.
okay.
You're fine. Sure.
50% of
What
the
was
people.
that?
Your eyes are watering.
I know.
Yeah, she's tearing up.
I'm going to tell you in a second what happens to women.
My chest is tight as
I
fuck.
will tell you what happens to women in here. The 50% thing that we got, yeah, see, you're tearing up. That's part of what goes.
You all right?
I'm fine. I just want to go outside.
A lot of
We'll
emotional
just
things
let's finish
happen
up and we
in
will.
this room.
We'll finish up and we will.
A lot of emotional things happen. You're crying actually, and that goes in line with what women feel right there. Of course, you got off the wall too fast.
I don't want to feel anymore.
Of course, you got off the wall too fast.
I don't want to feel any more than that.
Where'd you feel it
I
at?
felt like something was touching the back of my leg.
We feel like women were abused right there from the brothel.
You all right?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
almost like a punishment, almost like they might have been shackled right there. Possibly. We
Yeah.
don't know. These are all psychic impressions, but it's very crazy right there. Now, this room's been modified, you know, it's all made to look modern. We don't know what this room. It could have been 2 rooms back then.
Yeah.
The bathroom didn't exist, I bet you, back in the day. So we don't know at all what this was used for. We have a feeling they kind of imprisoned women back then.
Yeah.
The ones that weren't doing things right in the brothel, possibly.
That's
And
true.
it's a 50-50 room because 50%, like here's a picture of Nick again. I don't know if you watched the Death Walker episode, but that's a picture of him laying in the bed.
You know, I think I have seen
And
it.
he wakes up around 4 a.m. He had a camera sitting over there. He wakes up at 4 a.m. and he's hearing
I'm going back and
walking.
forth.
He's
Yeah.
hearing walking in here.
Okay.
He's pointing into the dark
Yeah.
doorway and he's looking back at the camera explaining what he's
That's
this room's weird because it doesn't affect everybody. Some
okay?
people are in here and they're perfectly fine. Other people might come from Dallas and they're the last ones that get stuck with this room out of their group because the groups come and they assign different rooms to different people in their group. We don't assign them, they do. I've had some people go, they're back in Dallas by 7 in the morning
yeah.
because they can't stay here.
She's looking like she's ready to be back in San Antonio.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. I promise. I got you.
Yeah, you always say that.
Just be wary. That's what I always say. Yeah.
We won't sleep in that one then.
That's
All right, we're gonna go back here now.
Watch out for your steps.
Those, by the way, are interesting as well because they're here for several reasons. They're here for safety. That's mainly the reason. But what's really cool is when you're down here and they're off, they only trigger if something moves past them.
Oh.
And guess what will happen when you're down here?
And the light, yeah, you'll see,
And you'll hear
Yeah.
the creaking of the wood, like
I thought you
somebody's
were talking about
stepping
the
down.
stairs.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the lights,
So
yeah.
you will hear things on the stairs. You'll hear, and when those lights go off and you hear creaking at the same time, that means something's going on up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You all
You have
right?
a doll phobia?
I've been in love with dolls lately, so
It's our infamous doll. Right?
let's see.
You, have a
You
doll?
coming?
Take a look at it. Right?
Just come on, just look. That's all you gotta do.
Let's see it.
Yeah, this one's.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. It happened earlier today again to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in this room we have at least 16 real haunted dolls
Yeah.
that have come from different locations. And the way I always say it, and I'll use an example, I always tell people that try to figure out which ones they are, which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because you might pick the creepiest looking doll in here and think, oh, that's got to be haunted.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times it's not. One I'm going to point out is behind you. That one wrapped in the blanket up there,
Oh,
the
okay.
blue blanket.
Uh-huh.
That little innocent doll is named Annie, and she is one of our haunted dolls. And she actually threw a grown man across the kitchen
Ooh.
one time.
And then this light just came on.
So they can say big things come in little packages, you know. And that doll was given to us because of all they wanted to. That doll went through 5 different households. Nobody could handle it. And they asked us, you know, which one. So again, there's at least 16 haunted dolls in here. I'm not going to tell you who the other ones are. Actually, I'll tell you one of them. This one. Jolita. That's our most infamous one in here. And she actually has a rosary.
Yeah, I can
Necklace
see
on
it
it.
for sure,
Now, we
yeah.
tell people if they want to take her out, you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can also take the rosary off of her if you want. But we always tell people be very careful because when you take that off of her and she's out of the case, really weird stuff starts
Yeah.
happening.
Well, I'll be doing that. You ain't got to be in here with that, so. No, that's.
The other crazy thing is there are some dolls in here that come on and activate and talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 6 of them. But they have to be activated by a certain way. Well, you notice right now, nothing's
Yeah,
talking,
nothing.
right?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir.
They will start talking. You'll be like down the hall and all of a sudden they'll go off for no reason at all. And they say really weird things when they start.
It's basically a physical cat ball almost, but with a
Yes.
voice. No, okay.
In this room you have to have a photographic memory because a lot of stuff changes.
Things move? No.
Yeah,
It looks like Slappy from Goosebumps, doesn't it?
yeah.
Mm.
It's a crazy room.
No,
You'll
yeah.
hear what sounds like a little girl playing in here sometimes.
Well, I've had good experiences with children lately,
We
and
have 5 child spirits. We have 3 little girls and 2 boys. Here's our Bonnie and Clyde theme room,
oh, okay.
by the way.
Let's see. Yeah, this one's cool. I like this. Had to talk into the mirror.
This is actually a real donated break from the Bonnie and Clyde ambush.
Oh, the ambush spot? Okay, from the museum.
That was
Ah.
given to us. My wife actually has a real diary page. My wife typed this page up. She didn't put the real one up, but she has a real diary page from Blanche, who was Clyde's sister.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have a real diary page from a sister, and she was held in that jail across the street also. But I never really told you about Bonnie. Before Bonnie went
Excuse me.
to Dallas, actually, no, she went to Dallas, but she came back here. People in town remember Bonnie and Clyde in town all the time, just like the old man. Bonnie was held in that jail across the street before she met Clyde.
Yeah.
We have a record showing she was held in there.
Oh, okay.
We don't know for what, and we don't know for how long
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was held in there.
Oh,
She
okay.
did something.
Didn't they mention Ballinger on the movie?
It might have been.
I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I was like, man, I know Ballinger sounds familiar.
Yeah, Bonnie has a connection. We're still trying to figure it out. That's a real 1930s dress on the mannequin.
Oh.
And if you look at the mannequin, those are real clothes. It looks just like her.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks exactly like her.
Just like her.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're saying it's a real, like, actual real?
That dress right there is worth about $1,800.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Yeah, it was donated to us. It's a real 1930s.
That's
dress.
cool.
Yeah.
And
Got a price tag on it.
Yeah, that's, man, y'all got some cool stuff. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool. You all right?
This is a real stroller from the 1930s that was donated. So if you see that thing, that actually hasn't been in there that long. That thing only had a few months.
I was just saying.
You see that thing rolling down the hallway.
I'll be
by
rolling
itself.
and running the opposite
I
way
haven't
with
seen
it.
yet, but
Yeah.
you know. This is our. We kind of have a cliche for this room, kind of a funny cliche. We call it our teddy bear.
I heard
horror
something.
room. We had a lot of stuffed animals donated to us, and I didn't know what to do with them. So I set up this room like this with them all. And ever since I did that, with the school desks and everything, a lot of stuff's been happening in this room.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the kids are hanging.
Yeah, it gives them a peace of mind, something to explore.
Yep. Now this room in here is a crazy room. And a lot of people,
Yeah, it's probably an old one.
really feel some deep stuff in here.
Yeah.
And if you stand in that closet and do an experiment in that closet, just don't open the door any wider than that. But if you stand in a closet, put your back on that wall, you'll sometimes feel hands come out of the wall and push you off. And you'll feel somebody right next to you in the closet. And what's crazy is the icy cold stuff really comes up.
Well, you can feel it, yeah.
We think a woman was strangled right here. It's even in the Death Walker episode
Yeah.
with Nick. Basically, the psychic impressions that are always picked up is a woman standing right here with her back to the wall. A man standing right here who's obviously bigger than her. He's dressed up. They're just having this argument, and she's really going at him about something. Well, the word "baby" keeps popping up into the conversation, and he's getting madder by the moment, and she's getting madder by the moment. And then he reaches for her, strangles her, pushes her up on the wall, and he's basically killing her, pinning her against the wall, and then the vision goes out.
Oh, wow.
Now, the other crazy thing about that, we don't know who they are, we're still trying to figure it out. It's one of our hidden mysteries. There are a lot of them here. You'll be up front, or you might be in one of these other rooms, and all of a sudden you'll hear parts of their argument.
Oh, no.
You'll hear their disembodied argument going on. Sometimes it's at the beginning, sometimes in the middle. Sometimes at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. you'll be in your room and all of a sudden you'll hear them just going at it.
And we're going to have to try to figure
And
it out.
it's the wildest thing. When
Yeah,
you get to see
especially.
and you hear a woman scream several times in here as well.
Whew.
You
You
can't
wanna go
figure out
first?
where that comes from. Okay, remember when I talked about the box?
Uh-huh.
There it is.
Do we... Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Woo.
So this is where you would do your
Oh, from
isolation.
like downstairs.
Yeah.
Camera thing. Okay.
But again, you're all by yourself.
Ah, okay, so we could do it. Okay, yeah. So you just basically what you were saying is you draw out what you're hearing and everything.
You hear, it comes through the spirit box. You set up the spirit box accordingly.
Uh-huh.
Now, I haven't checked the battery in my spirit box. They might have killed it because it's dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
But
Okay.
basically, you use my headphones, use my spirit box.
Oh, okay, you got headphones.
I
Cool.
also have, where are my goggles? Can you shine?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the goggles.
Oh, so you can.
So these are the goggles you put on.
Yeah.
Here are the Estes cards that you use.
Ah, and you show.
You just got to make
Okay.
sure they're all facing, because you're going to show them to this camera. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have your goggles on, you're going to have your headphones on, you're going to show and hold the card about right there, and you're going to hold it for, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Okay, and you shuffle it, and then
Or
you
maybe hold it for a minute so whoever's downstairs can read what's on the card.
Okay. And it's okay. I like
Somebody
it.
has to monitor the camera.
For sure.
While you're
For sure.
doing the session.
Yeah, you can downstairs. Awesome.
And we've had people take their phones out downstairs and they'll just, their phone, hold it up to our monitor and film the whole session.
Oh, okay.
This room back here,
It's just like never ending.
is Deacon's Den,
Ooh, this scared me.
is what we call it.
Right? It just feels so big.
It is big.
Now, the interesting thing about Deacon is what you see in the closet.
Yeah.
Oh,
In 1909, they finally caught up to Deacon in Ada, Oklahoma, after years of him doing things, after years of him leaving here. This time, same type of thing. He was suspected of shooting a marshal again in Ada, Oklahoma. He was thrown into the jail with 3 other guys. They had nothing to do with it. They were in the jail for something else. A mob went crazy and was like, we're not going to do this again. They took Deacon and the 3 other guys out of the jail, a vigilante group, took them all in a barn, threw up ropes up over the rafters, and they stood each one on pails with their hands behind their backs.
yeah, that's crazy.
And it went one by one by one. Well, anyway, Deacon was the last one that they hung. And there's a famous picture. You can see him hanging online. He's on the left side, hanging off the barn rack.
Yeah.
There's a horse like in the background. Well, anyway, each one they asked last words before they kicked him off their pail. When they got to him, they said, Deacon, what are your last words? He said, let the record stand. First of all, he was suspected of killing a lot of people.
Yeah.
He was suspected of killing like 200 and something people
Dang.
over his life.
Yeah.
He said, let the record stand. I really only killed 57 people. And then he kicked himself off his own pail
Yeah.
and said, let her rip.
Man,
Killing
that's
himself.
that's wicked.
And this is Deacon's Den. Now what happens in here, if you position yourself a certain way, a certain angle, where you are looking into this mirror reflection, reflecting back where the mirror is looking at the doorways, groups are telling us that they see people standing in the doorways in the mirror.
Oh, so yeah, if you're like positioned that
So
way,
you just gotta
okay.
think about your angle
Yeah.
and try to catch a reflection of the doorways coming back. You see,
Okay.
like, really,
Yeah, that's
interesting
cool.
things happening. And like I told you, Deacon's grave dirt. There's some more.
Oh, you got another
Tumbleweed
connection
dish.
to it.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now, there's only one other room I haven't showed you, which is up front. It's the other side of the balcony. That's a real 1800s dress, by the way.
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, it is. Man, it's like you catch little things at your eye, and it's like,
Yeah, you see how big it is?
Yeah,
That's the other thing. When
for
you're
sure.
walking around in here, you kind of get a little lost.
look, see, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
You good?
Last thing when we go downstairs, I'll show you what the house looks like. too.
Okay, cool.
First of all, there's 4 bathrooms up here. This is the hallway bathroom, which is shared by these 4 rooms. Normally people are staying there, but it's just the 2 of y'all. You can use this one, but there's also 3 bathrooms in here with showers and stuff.
Okay.
So you got all your bathrooms. up there.
Okay.
Everything's real good. They like to turn off the light in here when women are on the top. This light switch is way over here. The toilet's back here. Whenever women get on the toilet, they like to do that.
I was gonna tell. I told her I was like, you might have to join the.
Bloody murder. in
You
that
might have to.
bathroom.
She might have to join me with the restroom because.
And you couldn't get off the toilet because the toilet's way over there. And
Yeah.
the light goes off and they're in complete darkness.
Yeah.
And if you test that light switch, there's no way that thing is flicking by it.
Oh yeah, no way.
So if that, if you guys use the bathroom and it happens to you, that's what's going
Yeah.
on now. So.
That's one you can use.
The last room is this one. And this is the room that Bonnie and Clyde, that they say Bonnie preferred. Because it's on the upper right. And
Smells amazing in here.
yeah, there's like, I don't know what that is. See, that's like a
It's
fragrance.
like,
I don't
yeah,
know
it's.
what that is. That fragrance shouldn't be here.
Yeah, for
There's nothing
sure.
in here that would be given that. Yeah, it's in here too. You smell that?
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Do you see anything that's giving that fragrance?
No, not at all.
That is strong.
Nice smell.
See, we just walked into something. There's nothing
It's
here.
amazing.
There's
Yeah.
no potpourri in here, nothing.
It has like a daisy kind of smell.
No, it smells good.
We
I
just walked into, that's exactly the way I describe it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is right
It's
there.
loud in here.
Yeah, this
Over
room.
there is like subtle, but just still nice, and
yeah.
this one you can smell it a lot.
See, somebody's here. Yeah, this was definitely a woman's room.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Oh, look, now it's gone. Do you smell it anymore?
It did. It dissipated.
No.
It's gone.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's gone.
It
Just as
is
fast as it was here, it's gone.
completely gone.
So whatever was in there just took off. You
Is
see?
the door open?
I don't know. This isn't my house.
I don't
Got a
know.
bathroom there. Now let me tell you something
Go
real
back
quick
to
about
the
this
camera.
room before I go downstairs and point out the house pictures to you. It looks like an innocent room, right?
Yeah.
It's pink. It's not. The biggest thing that happens to people in here are several things. They get things crawling up on the bed while they're sleeping. They'll feel the bed go down, so they sit on the bed. Another thing that happens is out on the balcony, they'll hear somebody walk up to that balcony door and start turning the doorknob like they're trying to get in. They hear boots out here, boots in here. I mean, they hear everything in this room.
So that balcony connects all the way through
Yes.
to that one over there. Okay, okay.
That's how you get to it.
Yeah, okay.
So this room, again, it's peaceful. Nothing's peaceful.
That is crazy. The smell did
It
disappear.
dissipated very fast.
Very
You guys are
fast.
witness to it.
Very fast.
And that's the way it happens. You just don't know where the next step's going to be.
Yeah, that's wicked.
I'm going to show you real fast the house, and then you guys can start your...
Excuse me.
This way you can kind of picture what this house looked like. So, the famous picture of Ballinger, which is one of the most famous pictures right there, is taken from the other side of the courthouse looking this way.
Yeah, okay.
And in the very background, there is a two-story house, which is hard to see in that picture. Well, here's the blown up background, and there's the two-story house, which is right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is the restaurant next door to us, which was the saloon, and then the store. We're standing about right here. So this is the addition that was all added from Runnels City.
Yeah.
Here's a better picture of the house, taken from the top of the
yeah,
courthouse
that's
looking
cool.
down. So that's from the top of the courthouse tower. And there are actually, you can't see, but on our Facebook, I have blown up pictures right there. There is a woman in white standing with one leg on the balcony posing.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think it's one of honestly, the woman that's in that picture, I think is Ellie
Yeah, Ellie.
Seacrest in that picture.
Okay. That's
one.
cool.
Yeah.
She looks like she's fancy flaunting it too.
Yeah, the town was named after William Ballinger, who was a judge out of Galveston. What's funny is the man never lived here a day of his life, but he invested a lot of money in the railroad company, so they decided to name the whole town after him,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He had a house here or anything. He had a house in Galveston.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Reach out to you. There are some of them that mess around with you. We call them cantankerous. They're like drunk cowboys and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing their thing.
Awesome. So what happened?
Okay, so when we were upstairs, I want to say in the room where there's like a mannequin and you're supposed to look in the mirror and see the people in the doorways. The whole time we're in there, you could feel, that's why I had to look at my phone. You could feel somebody like nudge my purse over and over, nudging my purse.
Dude,
So I checked because I was like, well, maybe I put my phone on vibrate. Maybe it was my phone. No kind of notifications, no text messages from anybody. And I felt a vibration in my hand when I got my phone because then I don't know if there's bad service in there or what. But I got a notification when I pulled my phone out. But you could feel, like Jason, I mean like this. Like I could feel it on my gut. And that's why I kept looking at your arm to make sure you wasn't nudging me or nothing. Then you just feel like people, I don't know if it's people or something, but touching my hair right here the whole time. And the curls back here. The whole time we're in there, you just feel something just right here, same spot over and over, and in the back of my hair. I don't want to say nothing because I'm already freaked out and I don't want to be like scared, so I don't want to go in there. But I think I'm going to be sitting on the couch majority of the time until I feel like I'm going to get sleepy, then I'm going to come sleep in the truck.
Well, you gotta.
I'm not staying the night in there.
She has to at least.
They are yanking people off of beds.
Come on, guys. Y'all already know. She's got to experience it a little bit. We got to like switch up rooms, do whatever. I'm excited to test out everything. So we got some new equipment for this video, and we got a crazy experience. We got a little bit of time before the dusk or for the nighttime to actually pop up, but I don't know. I know she felt things. I heard a lot of things in there during that whole entire interview, especially with everything that he was talking about. When we pulled up, he was talking about the windows, and I swear, whenever we pulled up, I looked out, and there's no breeze. I saw somebody looking out that window that she was talking about, or that he was explaining in his stories. I don't know. We got a pretty crazy one for y'all today. I'm excited. I'm to the point to where I'm ready to start, but I wanted to get down a little bit, get everything charged up and stuff, so make sure everything's going good. But I know she felt some things. She was
something on my
and then what's even crazier is whenever she backed up to the wall, she actually felt all of her, or something touch her leg, and she was pretty scared. I could already see it in her eyes, so, and her face. I don't know if y'all caught that, but she actually started crying. I don't know if y'all watched the last video in Yorktown, but she only cries because she's scared. She's not excited about doing any of this, so she comes on for moral support, so I don't know.
I'm just here. I do not cry almost ever, only when I'm scared, apparently, because my chest was all tight when I left the room. Oh my god.
Well,
I don't want to do it.
I don't know, guys, but just stick around. We'll get back to it here shortly. All right, everybody, so we're up here, second floor. I'm gonna sit here and try to explore it a little bit myself, go check out some of the rooms and see what we can catch, because I know this area up here on the second floor in particular is pretty on par with, it's pretty up there. So we're gonna sit here and try to see what we can get, see how long I can last in doing it by myself, so without Crystal. Hopefully I can do it for a while, but we'll see how long. So now this room, I don't know if y'all remember, I know they were talking about that you can actually see a woman standing out there looking out one of the windows. I know earlier today we really didn't catch too much in this particular area, but I mean, we kind of really didn't do too much over here, so yeah, I don't know. So hold on, give me 1 second. Here in a little bit, we'll sit here and turn on Spirit Talker or anything like that, or I can just turn it on and run it. We'll see what happens, see what we can pick up, see what kind of noises we can catch, and then, yeah, we'll sit here and see what we can catch and see what we can actually get. Let's turn it on. Let's see, we're Spirit Talker. Alright, spirits, I'm starting off, and one of the rooms over here, I know that they say that there's a lady that shows up and appears looking out of the windows. Is there anything you want to talk to me about? Not getting nothing too much just yet, so right now I'm just really gonna kind of just walk around and kind of get the feel of the place. We've even gotten all our stuff packed up in there, so All right. Got the night vision camera set up over there, facing down here. But is anybody around here or anybody want to speak to me? Earlier they gave a story about she moves in different positions. She changes every once in a while. I know that he was saying that just make sure you pay attention to it because nobody's changed it ever since. So if you see anything earlier in one of the videos from earlier, I mean, you can let us know. Is there a spirit in here that actually moves this doll, or is it somebody? Is it the doll itself? Man, Spirit Talker's really, really quiet. I'm not getting anything on Spirit Talker. Here, I'm going to put this in my pocket. We'll run it in there so I can work both my hands. Is there anybody in here that wants to speak to me? Like I said from the last time, restrooms are my restrooms are definitely not my friend. I'm not a big restroom person. I can't do restrooms. Restrooms, that's like one of my areas that I'm not a big fan of. So, man, Spirit Talker's awfully quiet. Does nobody want to talk? Is there nobody around right now? Collapse. So from what I've heard, there's been quite a bit of activity in here. Is there a reasoning for that? What happened in this room? That's where Crystal... Ooh. I don't know if y'all heard that. So I don't know if y'all can see, but that's Nick Groff. Level Eyes. What's that? Let's see what it actually said. Black eyes. What's black eyes? What has black eyes, might I say? Can you let me know what actually has black eyes? I don't know if y'all heard that, but I heard something down the hallway. Watch, we'll kind of get that angle. We'll see what we can sit here and kind of listen around. See what we can get. Can the spirit in here tell me why you attack? It is peaceful, actually. I'm not feeling any bad vibes, anything like that. I agree. Can the spirit in here actually tell me why women get messed with? I feel calm in here. That's the reason why this room is called the 50-50 room. They say some people experience stuff, some people don't. Some people sleep like babies. I mean, it's just, I guess, really dependent on yourself. Can you make a sound for me? Can you talk to me? Can I hear you? I don't know, I'm hearing something.
Depravity.
Depravity? Were you deprived of something? I literally just
Simple.
saw a light in there. Simple? What's simple? Life is simple here? Can you talk to me? Can you make a sound? I know you can hear the vehicles out there, but it sounds like somebody walking on floorboards, like it's walking around back there in the back.
Do you think I'm real?
I believe of a presence of your past can linger. I feel like you can be connected to items, to the building. I'm sorry if anything bad has ever happened to you. Alright, let's see.
Terrified.
Who's terrified? I try not to be terrified. I try to be understanding. Can you tell me what I should be terrified for? Let's see. Is there something I should be terrified of? Alright. What's down here? Let's see. So if y'all, I don't know if y'all remember.
Useless.
Useless? Are these useless? These lights? Because that's what I was just about to talk about. So these lights are kind of motion sensors. So whenever you're actually walking around, you actually, let's see. What's content? So the Bonnie and Clyde room. Dedicated towards Bonnie and Clyde, because there are stories of Bonnie actually coming here in her past. They've heard stories of people talking about that
Connection.
people exactly a connection to this building. So they were here at some point in time. We don't know. Bonnie was not born so far, not too far away, probably a couple miles up the road. But Dan was just telling us about the dress. Actually, the dress is actually a real dress from the 1800s. It's a very beautiful dress. They look very similar. I really like this room. I think this room's really cool. We'll save that room for a little bit later. And then this is an actual old baby carriage. But ooh, I don't know, but I just heard something. I don't know what it was. There's a bare room. So they said, he was saying that once he put all of the bears and stuff like that in here, that it seems that the children actually enjoy it. I'm super happy that they're actually being able to enjoy themselves, at least have a little bit of comfort. Is there anybody in?
Investigator.
I'm an investigator, experiencer. I really enjoy the history of these places. It's just, I really enjoy it. I'm a big history buff. Is there any children in here? Is there anywhere that y'all actually want me to go?
Menace.
What's crazy is it says menace, and that, right whenever it said menace, I was looking at that axe. I really don't know too much what happened in this room. I don't know if there was anything that happened in this room, if there's any spirits in here. Can somebody make a noise? I'm not getting too much of a bad vibe in this room. Honestly, I haven't had too many bad... Saw? You mean axe? Because there is an axe out there. But I haven't really got too many bad vibes. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable, actually. It's not too much that's actually got to me. So... we're going to get to that room a little bit later. That room has been kind of there for me. I don't know what it is. It's a little fun little deal that they got going on. Sorry, this room connects to there. But I still was trying to remember to a couple of the stories to some of these rooms. I was kind of... Extinction.
Terrifying.
Terrifying? What's terrifying? I don't know if y'all want to read that, y'all can. Let's see. Ooh. The feeling in there is something else. It says to stand here alone. Stand here alone. What's in here that actually grabs you? I didn't feel anything in there, but is there a reason why something stands? It's saying that it back up against the wall. I felt really chilly. I don't know what it was about that, but it was super chilly.
You should stay.
I'm gonna stay. Man, that thing scares me. Ooh, man, it scared me. So guys, like I was saying, I'm still kind of new to this. I'm basically showing y'all what I'm experiencing. So, I mean, if there's a different style or something that y'all can kind of give me ideas, any kind of ideas to how y'all want me to investigate, I'm open to anything. I'm still learning this. I'm learning as I go. I'll get better as I go. Like I said, if y'all stick around and kind of follow around, and we'll be able to get this all figured out together, and I'm hoping y'all actually enjoy it. That's kind of what I'm here for, and so I can experience it with y'all. So if there's something that y'all can help me out with, just let me know down in the comments. I mean, shoot, I'm going to read every single comment, so I'm always going to be sitting here trying to figure out things, and we'll learn them as we go. So I'll show y'all some of the signs so y'all can actually see what I'm seeing. So guys, I do know in this room there's that. Probably the creepiest thing. I don't know if I want to put that around my neck. I mean, I know I've seen people do it in their videos and stuff and talk about, I don't know. I'm not too big into doing stuff like that. It's a little too much for me, but this is as close as I'll get. I kind of forgot the story. I know they were talking about one of the gentlemen, they hung him, and if you just refer back to the beginning of the video of the explanation on everything, I mean,
She shouts.
She shouts. I hear nothing. I don't know if y'all hear anything. Y'all let me know, because I mean, obviously y'all might be able to hear a little bit more than I can. So the story goes, if you look in this mirror and you look out there, y'all can hear the stuff of the vehicles behind me, but the story goes, if you situate yourself somewhere right here and you look out that window, you're supposed to see, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the gentleman that was hung. Sorry guys, I was just listening because I could hear someone a little bit further down. I don't know if that's people walking, what it is. Can y'all show yourselves in the mirrors, anything like that? Make a noise still? I would really like to be able to talk to y'all. Five? Saying there's 5 people? Yeah, so y'all can kind of see what that's like.
We show his lights.
Do y'all? What kind of lights? Well, I don't know if y'all want me to come into a room, make a noise for me, anything like that, so I can know where to go to. I don't know, y'all heard that? It's a noise. I don't know. It sounded like footsteps, like wood creaking. So, I am probably going to show you one of the rooms that creeps me out the most. Oops, sorry. So this room is probably one of the rooms that scares me the most. I don't know, it's just dark. So you're going to sit here. Crystal's going to read me ask some questions later, and I'm going to try our Estes method and see see what we can get. But I'm probably gonna take a little break because, man, just the vibe, just, I don't know what it is. You can just feel it. It feels draining almost. It's, I don't know.
My
But
name is Mildred.
Mildred, is there anything where you want me to go? I'm here.
Alon.
Alon? I don't know. Hold on, I'm hearing talking, guys. Hold on. I don't know if y'all saw that. And my light died, literally. And I barely used it. I haven't even used it tonight, really.
Pressure.
Pressure? Put more pressure on it, or should I be feeling pressure? Man, I can hear a full-blown conversation. I don't know where it's coming from, though. I'm trying to... I would go investigate it if I could know where it's at. The children here? I'd play with you if you are. Make a sound and I'll follow it. Dude. %, heard a scream. I hope I got that. Look, I'll kick a ball. Dude, I keep seeing like shadows coming around the corners. I'll kick a ball. Can you kick it back to me? Can you kick that ball? Do you not like that ball? I can kick this one. Can you kick that one back?
(1920s).
1920s? I did hear about some things that happened in the 1920s. Alright, well, I'll come back up here in a little bit and I'll play with that. With the balls with you if you want to. Let's see. Alright. There's the Bonnie and Clyde room. This is the room that creeps me out the most. Any of the spirit of the dolls in here? Ooh. It's really quiet in here. Dude, I don't know if y'all are hearing that, but it's wicked sounding. I don't know how to explain it. It sounds like screaming. So I've heard stories about you. Why are you so evil? Why would you be like that? You're such a pretty, beautiful doll. Little.
Yes, it's me.
Oh man, it scared me. Who is it? Yes, it's you. Okay. Who is it? Can you give me a name at least? Who's actually in this doll? I don't know if y'all turn that down so y'all can maybe read it a little bit.
Age.
I don't know, but I just heard a really creepy noise behind me. Is that one of the children of the dolls playing around with me? So, I'm pretty sure the majority of these dolls have all been donated. I think so. Most of these, they said there's probably around 16 like known for sure haunted dolls in here that have been connected to hauntings. That one right behind me, they say if you take her out and take off the rosary, good things don't happen. So we might, depending on how I'm feeling a little bit later on, I might come back up here and do that. I don't know if I really want to, but I may just do it for y'all, so y'all can kind of experience what happens and we can see. So we'll check it and see. So we'll out later on. But I didn't see that there earlier. I don't know what that is. I did not see that there earlier.
Ear.
Ear?
I'm stroking your hair.
Nah. I mean, that's fine if it makes you feel better with yourself. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there you go. Kind of see some of them. Dude.
Lost.
That's... Hold on, guys. Let me put this back in my pocket. Swear to you, as it said that, I could feel something touching the back of my hair. Sorry, excuse the hair, people. I don't know if y'all... I don't know. I literally could feel something touching the back of my hair. Which Crystal was experiencing that the whole entire time earlier. I'm going to edit in later on some scratches that she got, so, in that one room. But this one right here, from what I'm told, that one is the most devious. Even though it looks probably the most innocent out of all the dolls sitting right next to that one. That one's probably the most innocent. But I don't know if y'all want to try to read some of that. It's kind of hard, but then you got the Annabelle doll. So I've heard quite a few stories about some of these dolls. Is there any dolls in here that actually are connected to children? Dude, is that somebody's... I just want to saw somebody's foot there. But is there any dolls in here that are connected to anybody in particular? Is there a reason why you're so haunted?
Antonia.
Yeah, what's up, babe?
I came out to the truck.
Why is that?
I was sitting in the living room talking to my mom, and that little TV you said was talking.
Mm-hmm.
At first.
It was me. I went in there. But I'm about to be done. So I'll be down in a second.
I'm outside in the truck.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. Y'all might have got a cut in there. Crystal called me and was letting me know that she was in the room that I was telling you about where they actually had the cameras. She said she heard somebody clear as day in there talking. And she says it wasn't me because she was looking at the cameras. And she said that I haven't even went into the room yet. But she might have been hearing me. But I don't know. We'll get her side of it whenever we go back out there. I'll check it out. But I forgot what I was saying. Are there any dolls in here that want to talk to me? Is there a reason why some of y'all are so haunted?
His voice. I am Damien.
That's crazy. It just says his voice and I am Damien. Is that who haunting one of these dolls in here? Can you point which one? Can you move? Well, I'm going to leave for a little bit. I'm going to be back up here. I'm going to do a little more. I'm going to do some EMF readings, cat balls. We're going to sit here and try to do some equipment. We'll see how that goes. I've never really used too much equipment, so I mean the best I've had is spirit talkers, stuff like that. Yeah, nothing crazy, but we'll try it out.
Ambrose.
I've had that before at Yorktown actually, but we'll come back and try to do some things. I gotta take a little break. I keep hearing things out here. I don't know what it is. If it's talking. What's crazy is she said she heard talking on one of the on the cameras down there. So we'll find out. But I'll let y'all follow me down and we'll see if anything happens there. And then I'm gonna keep that IR light or that IR camera running for a little bit. We see if we pick up anything on that. Man, you just feel the vibe of somebody being behind you the whole time. I don't think I went in here. Let's see, let's check it out. Oh, this is the room. So this room's pretty cool. I forgot. I'm glad I walked in here. So in this room, that used to be the old stairwell to up here, the original house. That right there is the newer stairwell, but this is the new one. So they've had people experience actually laying down right there and feeling whatever it is coming up like at you. I guess all the energy just coming up through the years, coming up through there. I don't know. I kind of forgot what was in here. Let's see. I haven't done this one either, so I forgot about this room. And this place is so big, you just don't expect it. These doors were not closed earlier. 100%. We left them all open. And nobody's been up here since. I mean, we've been here all day. But so this room right here, I know that they say that it's most likely spirit children, or the spirits of the children, sorry. That door right there, if you sleep in here, in the middle of the night, and I showed, this thing is untuggable. Like, it's super hard to open. It's you really got to put some force into it. It's dragging. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's dragging right there up against the door frame. So it's not an easy thing. But see, it's like even hard to even close it. But so they do say that one goes flying. That one actually goes flying open in the middle of the night. I don't know. I may try to swap back and forth between rooms, but I mean, it's only me basically. Crystal's outside. She already said she left. So, like I said, I'm just going to keep walking around and we'll keep trying to see what we can experience. It's kind of hard for me just to switch in between rooms all night long. And then we're back over here, so. Listen, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I hear talking. And I'm in here by myself except for Dan is downstairs now because Crystal went out to the truck. I'll take y'all out on the balcony later. I don't know. I'm just trying to listen so we can maybe hear some stuff. But we'll see what we get. Hold on. Well, I think I'm gonna go downstairs with her for a little bit, check on her, and I'll get back to y'all. I mean, obviously I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I want to get y'all everything we can so we can see what's going on here. Maybe we can try to help something. So, get back to you in a little bit. Sorry, I know I'm cheesy. So guys, I had to step outside a little bit. I mean, this place is just a different animal. I don't even know how to explain it. I came outside just to get a little fresh air. It's probably what, about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. I haven't even looked. But man, you got to do something else. You got to step outside. I don't know. I kind of came outside too to give you all a little perspective of the building at night and the surroundings. It's a little easier to do so, at least whenever there's not a lot of people around driving around. Just then y'all can see the vibe of this place. It's nobody out here, so whenever we're catching voices, it's basically you're catching voices. There ain't nobody around. I mean, I'll show y'all around a little bit outside just to see. Like I said, I had to kind of step out. It's something else. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, you can just look inside and see how creepy this place is. It's almost like every single time you look, you see, like right there, you see faces. I don't know, it might be the old pictures, stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm giving y'all a little bit of a view. I'll turn up, let's see if I can turn up the ISOs a little bit so y'all can kind of see the jailhouse across the street. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's jailhouse. It's kind of weird because you definitely hear, if you go stand out on the balcony and stuff like that, you can hear like almost what it sounds like whistling from across the street, like they're trying to whistle to somebody or something. I don't know. This whole entire grounds is just haunted. There, you're supposed to be able to see people with the windows, stuff up there. I don't know, this place, it's like you almost see somebody over there. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely something else. I don't even know how to explain it. It's, you kind of have to almost step out and catch breathers once in a while. You're just gonna go crazy in there. I don't know what it is, but it's just me cutting back in. I just kind of wanted to give you all the experiences I was kind of having at the moment. But yeah, we're definitely getting some good footage. I don't know, like I said, if y'all see anything, y'all just tell me down in the comments. There's a lot of stuff happening at once. It's all like, it's non-stop in here. You're always hearing footsteps. You're always hearing whispering, talking. I don't even know how to explain it, but it almost gives me more of a scarier vibe than Yorktown. And Yorktown was pretty out there. So I'm gonna stop talking so much. I know they've had quite a bit of stuff happen around here, especially with tall figures walking from that way, being caught by the police and stuff like that, having the police called out. I don't know. I'll show y'all a little more during the day and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get back in there. I'll catch up with y'all. I'm crazy for doing this by myself. Crystal's sitting in the truck and she ain't coming back in, so I'm kind of stuck doing this kind of by myself. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hold on. All right, everybody, so Crystal's explaining what she heard while I was up there. She says it wasn't me talking. I thought maybe it would have been me talking in my spirit box. I don't know, but she says it was clear as day. She heard it on this camera right here. This is the one up on the second story, the room that I was showing y'all. The box. And you sit there and you do the Estes method. But I guess she's going to kind of explain what experiences she had on it, because I didn't hear none of that. Hopefully, maybe we caught it with my mics. I don't know. So let's see what she's got to say. So what happened?
Alright, so I'm sitting down here waiting for you to come back or like finish or whatever. And I'm on the phone with my mom. It sounded like this at first, a little bit of nothing. And I'm talking to my mom, and then it gets louder. And it gets louder, but you can hear like little like tunes, like not tunes like music, but just like fragments of voices. and I'm still talking to my mom, trying to ignore stuff because I really am not trying to get freaked out while I'm waiting on you, because I did not want to leave you in the house by yourself. But I'm sitting here talking to my mom, trying to tune it out, and I'm talking louder and like just continuing conversation for no reason. And the voices get louder and louder and more clear. So once they started becoming like clear and I'm trying to tune it out, I go outside to smoke a cigarette. I'm outside talking to my mom for probably like 5, 7, 10 minutes at most. I come back in because I was done with the cigarette, and as soon as I walk in, you can hear it loud as day, clear as fuck, talking, and it's a guy and a girl voice, like not like going like it's, you say it could be you, but it's not you, because these two voices were, one would say something and right after the other one would say something, or you'd hear the guy tone and you hear the girl tone.
So was it like my spirit box, like individual words?
No, it seemed like conversation, because I tried to lock the door wouldn't lock, and I could still hear it because I was gonna push through. I was gonna sit here, but I could hear it from the door, and it was clear, like no static at all, just voices. Like you could hear the guy tone and the girl tone. And when the door wouldn't lock, I took it as a sign and I went right back out there, and that's when I texted you. It was like, I'm going to the truck. And I went to the truck and stayed in there, but I'm telling you, it was clear as day. It's not like, you know how when you on Spirit Box, how you're like, is anybody here? And you wait, and then you'll hear like something, it'll respond me like yesterday or something like that. It was not like that. It was 1 1 1 1 1 1, guy tone, girl tone, guy tone, girl tone. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm not going to stay and investigate.
So,
but it was clear.
I don't know. We're going to stick around. I'm going to hang out down here for a little bit. Just pass some time, chill, talk. But I'm going to check it out. And if I have any voices like that or anything pop up on there, I'm going to switch back over. And I'll turn it back on so maybe y'all can hear it as well. I heard voices on it earlier, clear as day. It sounded like full-blown conversations. It's on the video too, so
yeah,
y'all might.
It started like
y'all might have.
And then it got loud because I was trying to ignore it, like it was making sure I can heard.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll get back in and I'll let y'all know if we see or hear anything. So yeah. We'll see. Alright everybody, so I'm going to end this video right here. We will stick around for the part 2. I wanted to split this one up into two sections because this video was pretty crazy and pretty active the whole entire night. I did catch a lot of EVPs stepping around, everything like that. The stories that we just got were just outrageous. If y'all stick around for the part 2, you'll see where Crystal got scratched and everything like that. And then I am going to have a part 3 for this because I want to do an IR video. I'm trying to keep it pretty short on that one just so y'all can see, but there was actually quite a bit of activity on that one. With as much activity that we were getting, I'm pretty sure it was pretty interesting to watch. I caught so much. There was so much stuff. It took me quite a while to edit this one because, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I actually got that I didn't even realize that were on the video. I don't know, it's just the history of this place is just so wicked. I mean, it's 1800s. I mean, this place has a lot of historical significance for Ballinger, Texas. So I'm having to keep it into 3 parts, only just because of how much stuff that we caught on it. The Olde Park Hotel, I do want to go back. I had a lot of activity, I had a lot of fun with it. But I don't know, if y'all just stick around for part 2 and then after that one part 3, y'all really don't have to watch the IR footage. I just figured a lot of footsteps, disembodied voices and stuff like that you can hear in the background. I tried to match things up from video to IR footage and stuff like that. It's kind of hard. IR lights just got drained. And they're pretty big IR lights, so I don't even know how they got drained. There was one part whenever I first kind of started out, you could really hear like people walking up and down the stairs. We weren't even inside the building. But anyways, I'll let that one stick for itself. I mean, that one's just kind of like a bonus video for y'all. There was a lot of stuff in there that I didn't catch myself. That's the only thing about this place is, man, you don't realize what you're really catching in the background. I guess it's more because I'm sitting there trying to trying to block out footsteps and people walking by me, walking by the rooms and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to get through the night because I'm still kind of learning how to do all this. But like I said, you gotta just excuse a lot of the stuff that I'm still trying to do. I'm still trying to learn a lot of my filming styles and stuff like that. But the good thing is y'all get a lot of the history from Dan. Dan's the owner, so that's pretty cool that we actually get to do a little tour around with Dan. He explains a lot of the haunts in the rooms. I'm trying to find somebody else that would want to go with me. If not, I guess I'm gonna have to start doing a lot of these by myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty ballsy, but it's still scary to do it by yourself whenever you know nobody's around and all the stuff that you're hearing is not anybody you know, and not people breaking in at that. But I don't know. So like I said, if y'all just want to stick around, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. If y'all see anything, hear anything, leave it down in the comments below. I will be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers, two $50 Visa gift cards to anybody that comments down in the comments below. So make sure y'all stick around for that. I think we got a fun journey ahead of us. Like I said, excuse these first couple videos. I'm still trying to learn how to do all this. Editing is a nightmare, especially with nobody showing me how to do it. I'm having on YouTube a lot of it myself. But we'll just get better as we go. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So stick around for the haunt. Don't become the haunt.